Christian McCaffrey is hopeful for week number 7. And this is what we talked about last night on the waiver wire show when we discussed the top waiver wire pickups for week number 7, as there's a lot of speculation, or there was a lot of speculation, that we'd be seeing Mason and Mitchell, or mainly Mason, be the top waiver wire guy for week number 7. But your boy's here to tell you it's a little more complicated than that. And Raj came on from RSF 49ers, my boy over on Instagram, who follows the Niners more closely than anybody, that Christian McCaffrey was probably, in his projection, a 60-70% chance likely to play week 7 and push through the injury, and that the MRI results would come back in a positive fashion, which they apparently have, because Christian McCaffrey is said to be hopeful, and that Debo and McCaffrey's injuries, the oblique, are not considered to be long-term or extremely serious. Obviously, good news came back, and obviously this team is expecting him to potentially give it a go in week number 7. So that leaves you in a dilemma if you're looking at your waiver wire saying, hey, who do I pick up? Well, you got a whole list of players here. We did the show. Go watch the show from last night and get your waiver wire on tonight. We're going to break down all the news, take your phone calls, handle your super chats, and more. The Fantasy Football Show, 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday edition begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So we'll start off with the McCaffrey news real quick and just emphasize that there is a strong possibility, a hopeful lean toward McCaffrey playing. Now this becomes a little bit complicated because if you look at the schedule here, Niners have the Monday night matchup against the Vikings. So really, if you have McCaffrey, first of all, you should have him cuffed because that's smart business. But we're looking at a potential game time type of thing. So you got to have a Minnesota Viking or one of the backups, Mitchell or Mason. Now, one of them should be, if not both of them, available in your league if you, the McCaffrey owner, didn't cuff and hold all year, because the percentages of availability are astronomically high that Mason and Mitchell, or at least one of them, is available on waivers. So you need to put a claim in, and you need to be hoping that Christian McCaffrey goes. Now, running backs are in shambles. The whole running back fantasy football climate is in shambles. Everybody's injured. And there are some great buy lows walking into 2023. So get ready for more action. And get ready for more buy low advice and content that's coming. Probably the buy lows will come tomorrow. I might do something along those lines tonight. We'll have to see, but we'll see what's up. Start Howell or Baker or T-Law. T-Law, we're getting to T-Law in a second. Howell's probably your safest play at this point. Appreciate Matt O. Appreciate everybody being here. First in the building, Sick Nasty, thank you for moderating. Peanut Butter Cups, Lupo, Matt O. Appreciate you all. G-Money's in the building. And let's get to the rest of the news. So we'll give you more info on CMC, but a lot of people trying to say he's out for multiple weeks. Again, a lot of these Twitter personalities trying to be first and trying to come in and say this and that and try and be the first one to come in and try and predict that McCaffrey's going to miss time and be the first to predict it. It's crazy. Look, there's speculation, and we're definitely speculating. I'm definitely talking about what do I think could happen, but there's so many people saying, didn't you hear he's out? Didn't you hear he's out 3? He's going to probably miss through the bye week. No, Christian McCaffrey doesn't sit out unless he's badly injured, and if it's a pain tolerance issue, he's going to play. Now, this doesn't mean he's not going to get run into the ground. Okay, that's a whole different conversation and dilemma. Shanahan's been beating this man into the ground. So, if this doesn't take him out, another injury could, because they're running this guy too much. And if they dial him back, he's going to disappoint a little bit because he'll take him off the field and he'll lose some touchdowns and get some touchdowns vultured. But if they keep running him at the current rate that they're running him, he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. So we'll have to monitor the CMC situation. Debo, he's been playing more snaps and getting more targets than any wide receiver in that Niners offense over the last 3 weeks, leading those categories. But damn, I mean, he hasn't done anything. And I still believe he's a good buy low in some sort of you acquire 2 players for your 1. But, we'll have to see what's up on Debo later in this week. But it does sound like Debo potentially could sit out or could play. That's more 50-50. I'd say McCaffrey feels about 65%, 70%, just like Raj said last night, likely to play week number 7. And if he sits out a game, it's going to be 1 game, not multiple games. Right here, Olave was limited in Tuesday's practice, but he's trending in the right direction of playing week number 7. So fire Olave up or get him in your lineup and just monitor the guy in case he does, for whatever reason, regress or anything like that. Trevor Lawrence was limited in practice and wearing a brace. And the reports are that Lawrence and really everybody involved is leaning toward Lawrence playing week number 7 on Thursday night. So again, we rush back to the schedule and we say to ourselves, okay, the quick turnaround is awful. Trevor Lawrence has been handed like the worst luck when it comes to schedule, London games, early games, Thursday games. It's been crazy. Now the Saints could play this Thursday battle. Thursday games are notoriously low scoring. And now he faces the New Orleans Saints. So tough matchup for sure. I don't know necessarily whether you should start Lawrence versus another quarterback like Howell. We'll kind of have to play that by ear as the day goes along and tomorrow to see how healthy he can be. But you certainly have a dilemma on your hands. Howell's probably safer with the matchup and being injured than T. Law, but doesn't mean doesn't mean I hate T. Law. It doesn't mean T. Law's a bad start. It just means he's definitely got some concern. So we'll put the schedule right here in case we need to reference that throughout the show. This right here, this piece of news is not concrete official yet, but based on a recent comment by Colts owner Jim Irsay, season-ending surgery is still the most likely option for Anthony Richardson. Nothing's confirmed or concrete yet. That's why I didn't really go live on it yesterday and put a non-official video out when an official one was going to be warranted the next day or so. And I've just been kind of waiting to do an individual video on this. But right now we're going to talk about it and just say that there's the most likely scenario. I would say 99.999%. I don't even know what they're waiting on at this point. Is that Richardson, to protect their future asset, they're going to potentially put him in a position to have surgery, which would end his season, and it's the smartest move for this man's future. So that was a horrible ending to a promising rookie quarterback season, but it is what it is, and we'll be very anxious to see him out on the field next year. Maybe he'll protect himself better. Maybe he'll be put in a position where he won't injure himself. He won't be as at risk of potentially getting in this situation again, but we'll see. Aaron Rodgers, the more you doubt him, the more fuel he has. He is on a mission. These are 2 different that's the Richardson news. These are 2 different reports that I wanted to bring up here, talking about what we talked about last night that makes so many people upset and angry and uncomfortable to talk about. They're like, it's not going to happen. Why are we talking about Aaron Rodgers coming back? I don't understand why we're having a conversation about a guy that's out for the season. That was the comment we had yesterday. It's okay if you made that comment. I forget who it was. Look, it's uncomfortable. But this is what he's trying to do. You can get mad all you want. You could say it's not going to work. You could say he's going to get injured. This isn't a running back. He doesn't need the explosion for his Achilles tendon. Literally could go out there in some sort of high-tech shoe, cleat, that keeps his foot from really even flexing the Achilles tendon as much or something. Who the hell knows what this guy's up to? But all I know is he wants to play, and he wants to play this year. So you can be upset all you want and say it's not going to work. That's fine. But Aaron Rodgers is determined to play this year, and it really does matter what the record is, how afloat this offense and record stays before Aaron Rodgers has the opportunity to maybe come back. Almost 300 of you in here, only 41 thumbs up. Punch that thumb up button. Aaron Rodgers attempting to make an unprecedented quick return from his Achilles surgery, said Tuesday that he's obviously ahead of schedule. Obviously, he's walking around, he's throwing footballs, he's on the field. But cautious, still many hurdles to clear before I'll be back on the field. He's trying. He's going to try and come back. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I don't care if people don't like it. I really don't. I love Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of my favorite players, personality-wise, to watch. His moxie, the doubt and hate he gets, the amount of haters that are against Aaron Rodgers for 100,000 different reasons. I could care less. I love the man, and I'm rooting for him, and I'm here for him.
Mashed potatoes.
I'm here for him. There's no doubt here on this side of the fence. Your boy is all for it. Your boy is all for it. Let me put this live up on screen here. There we go. So this way I can see the chat. Let me see. See if I can get the live chat up. Let's get to the super chats in a minute. So I think that's all the news we have for right now in terms of like fresh news. We talked a lot last night about some news. But Aaron Rodgers, I'm here for it. Saquon, Laporta for Bijan and Achane. I take Bijan and Achane in a millisecond there, my boy. What's the update on who? Sent us. Sorry, things are going flying by here on the chat. Sent can't start smoking Joe anymore. 1-5. I don't know that you could say you can't start Joe Burrow anymore, bro. It depends on what you have. And in this week you didn't benefit, but like the week prior you were. So like how you gonna value that out? You know, how you gonna make sense of that when he does go nuts or something though, bro? Bryson with the first super chat of the day. Bryson to the moon. Bryson, appreciate you. Bryson, appreciate you. So one reason I did this is occasionally we're gonna do a little stand. Hey, by the way, Code Smitty on Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy, we might even draft tonight. We might draft at the end of this show. I can answer some more Q&A up here. So this is gonna be nice. Let's do a quick speed round Q&A. Then we're gonna get to the super chats as fast as you can. Answer the questions. Let's roll. CMC already talked about it. Swaggy. T-Law or Geno? Give me T-Law if he plays, but it's still a risky play. Geno might be a tad safer. Watching Garrett Wilson is the most bitter-sweet thing. He's good. Look, he had over 100 yards before the penalty, my guy. So I know you're upset about it, but he had a good game. And who the hell knows? Very, very possible that Aaron Rodgers suits up at some point. It truly is possible. Ozzy, appreciate you, my guy. Ozzy to the moon. Gibbs, Godwin, or Smith. We got to wait on Devontae Smith if I had to pick one. Okay? Colin, I appreciate your $9.99 super chat. Coming for the super chats in a second. Julio Jones, is this guy still able to even run a route? We have no idea. So Julio Jones, obviously it's a weird signing by the Eagles, but I don't think there's any relevance in fantasy. Who do I trade Puka for? Puka for DeAndre Swift. Puka for Breece Hall. Puka for Eckler if you give up more. Julio should not be added. That's correct. Ingram or Kmet? Give me Ingram. Smitty, what do you think about Jordan Love? I like Jordan Love this week. He's bye-week free. He's got his running back reportedly back. We'll have to see. I'm very, very much a fan of Jordan Love going forward. JT or Moss? I can't sit JT. Mostert for Jefferson. I'd rather have Mostert, believe it or not. Debo or Addison, flex position. Give me Addison until Debo's fully healthy. Like to know what Julio will take targets from? Himself. If he catches a ball, he's taking it from himself. He's not hampering anything. Bijan or Breece for Swift and Devontae Smith. I would trade Bijan for Swift and Devontae Smith. I would. But that doesn't mean it won't work out on the Bijan side. But if time is not on your side right now, you got to make that move. Henry or Swift? Give me Swift. Debo or Mike Evans? Give me Mike Evans. And I think he probably has a good season go forward. Who signed Julio? The Eagles. It's a weird signing, bro. Rams running back, it's probably going to be Evans. Julio only make that offense better. Okay, Scully. Appreciate your enthusiasm and nostalgia. Addison or London and Javonte. Give me London and Javonte, but barely. Tua and Jacobs or DK Bijan. Probably going to say depends on your quarterback situation, bro. Really, really does. I can't even really answer that without that information. Worried about Saquon already getting 28 touches. I'm worried about Saquon Barkley every time he's on the field. In order, Samuel, Wandell, Bourne, Curtis Samuel. T-Law or Love. Hopkins, drop Ertz or Kincaid for Mayer. I would drop Kincaid right now if you can monitor him properly. Will Bijan ever get red zone touches? I believe so, Superfish, but it's a great question. I added Claypool. Am I crazy? Crazy, no. A little over optimistic, probably. Add Claypool, no way. I wouldn't. Should I pick up Hunt? Depends on your options. Ford or Kareem Hunt? Probably Ford. Right now, he looked good. They gave him the football when it mattered, but it's close. T. Higgins or Jerry Jeudy? Give me T. Higgins. Barkley is the man, if you say so, Marty. Appreciate you anyway. Olave or Waddle? Probably Waddle's safer. Olave's higher risk, higher reward because of the quarterback situation, but he does have a higher reward. Walker, Bijan, Achane, Kamara, rest of season ranking. Probably, I don't know. That went by too fast. I'd probably say Walker. He's bye week free, and then from there it gets pretty dicey, especially when you're talking about an injury like Achane. Love or Howell? Give me Love for higher risk, higher reward play, but they're both pretty close. Kyler Murray season, we have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how much they want to use him or trade him yet. Nobody really knows. This week is tough. It sure is, Joel. Every week's tough. Chase and Cousins or Ridley, Brees, Palmer, and Fields. Give me the Ridley Brees side, but it's risky. Hold or sell JSN. Hold or add him later. Both things are good. Sit-ups or pull-ups, both of them. Trade Addison and Javonte for Goddard and Debo. Yes, Goddard and Debo. But there's risk on all sides right now. Start JT or Pacheco. Probably Pacheco for safety. JT for higher risk, higher reward. Kirk, Ridley, Addison, Olave, Flowers. You're probably going Olave. Probably Olave, Ridley, Kirk. But Addison and Flowers are a tiny bit safer. You want safety, you could go Flowers, Olave, Addison if you want. No risk at all. But the upside will be a little less on that route. Saquon or Brees. Give me Brees. Pick 2, Watson, Debo, Ridley. Give me Watson and Ridley until Debo's healthy. Musgrave, Mayer, Ertz, Freiermuth, rest of season. Give me Musgrave, but Mayer's on the rise. We do love him a lot. Don't watch baseball. Don't care. No offense. Sorry. D-backs. I mean, I'm in Arizona, so I'm going to say D-backs, but I don't watch baseball. I don't like baseball. We need a panic chamber episode. We probably do. Trade Kelsey for Eckler. I would rather have Eckler right now. Bye week out of the way. Everyone's going to freak out about one game. It was his first game back. It was the Dallas Cowboys by low. Dobbs or Gabe Davis. Give me Gabe Davis. Roschon or Jeff Wilson. For flex, give me Roschon. Carr or Howell. Give me Howell. Puka, London. Give me Puka. Smitty on fire. You all tap the like button. That man is correct, not Kwani. And the final question, Rice or Dobbs in the flex. Give me Rashee Rice. Swift or Bijan. Give me Bijan, but I love both of them. So, little speed round action. I think we should do that at least once an hour or once every show. I think that's useful. Does everybody like the speed round? Everybody okay with the speed round? We do that a lot anyway. But I like the fact that we can do it from a different setting. So we used to do the timer speed round. I can still put the timer up and everything. We invented the speed round. A lot of people copy everything we do. We invented speed round Q&A. Nobody hangs with us. Julio is 46 years old, says bro man. It's hilarious. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you. Trade Higgins for Eckler. Of course, I take Eckler, bro. Eckler to the moon. Okay, let's get to these super chats. JJ for Mike Evans and Watson. Mike Evans and Watson, probably Bryson if you're in a bind and you have to make a move. I'm trying to get more. I think you asked this question the other day and you weren't getting enough. And I still think that probably pertains to this right here. I still feel like this is the same question maybe, and you're not getting enough. Evans is good, Watson's good, but I feel like JJ can get you more. So it's really about fair market value. Not that I still think at the end of the day is pretty good value. Trade away Swift for Henry. No, I'd rather have Swift in this certain situation right here, unless there's other. You have Spears. Well, you might have the best of both worlds. I don't think there's certain circumstances where I would contemplate Henry, like if you needed some sort of splash and you weren't going to win with Swift, and you're just trying to take a big freaking swing. But I'd rather have Swift. But it's very arguable Henry could somehow bounce back for a little while, but I don't see him being consistent all year, especially in that offense. Stafford, bye, or Howell if Fields goes on IR. Stafford, Stafford. Here's the schedule, just so everybody can reference this. Let me move B-Men's question over here. Okay. Stafford by week 9 or Howell if Fields. So you're not talking about by week 9. You're talking about this week. I mean, Stafford's always a good play if you're in a bind. And Howell is playing the Giants, though. I'm probably going to roll with Howell for safety. Stafford is a decent high-risk, high-reward play, though. But I would say I'd probably roll with Howell. Howell's been playing well, and the Giants are a pretty tasty matchup. So I know the Giants can play. I know they can play, well at times, but like the offense is just putrid. And I feel like I'm banking on that every time. I'm banking on good field position. I'm banking on the other team having the football a lot. And I just think Howell's gonna probably have a lot of opportunities in that game. Trade my ETN and McLaurin for B. Hall and Ridley. I would take B. Hall and Ridley over ETN and McLaurin by a hair. ETN's been playing lights out, but Breece Hall's on the rise. I still believe strongly in Ridley. That other side's pretty good, though. Like ETN and McLaurin, I'll probably say this is pretty close, man. ETN's playing that good. But I mean, all it takes is 1 week of ETN getting 40 yards and everybody's going to jump off the train. That's the way everybody is. Everybody's fickle about it. My running backs would be Eckler, Mostert, Hall, Achane. Wide receivers would be Debo, Ridley, London. You kind of need the wide receiver help, and I still firmly believe in Ridley despite everybody else wanting to just run away from him. 217, appreciate you with a $5. 2 and 4, should I trade Kamara, Ridley, Logan Thomas, Keontae Ingram for Lamb, Olave, Kittle, Justice Hill? Kamara, Ridley for Lamb, Olave. Kamara, Ridley. I'm going to say, man, it's pretty close, man. Pretty even. I would say the fact that you've got Hall and Bijan, that Ingram or that Lamb, Olave side is pretty decent. But Kamara is a nice RB. Running backs are a hot commodity. I kind of feel like you should be getting maybe a tad more or not giving up Kittle because you're giving up the RB. And someone could say what they want about the receivers or Lamb just had a good day. But when you have an RB in a RB riddled with injury environment, you've got more power than I think you realize. $10 hauler. So take Kittle out. $10 hauler. 12-man full PPR. Love, Stroud, Amon-Ra, Debo, Flowers, Watson, Dell, Mostert, and Ertz. Started 1 and 3, now 3 and 3. Any trade ideas? Got offered Goddard for Debo. I don't hate that idea, but I still like Debo. I still believe in Debo. And quite honestly, your wide receiver room is still very nice with Debo, Watson, and Amon-Ra. I'd say Swift and Mostert, you keep that. Achane would be a nice acquisition for you. Maybe you could trade Swift for Achane and a doubted wide receiver. That would be a smooth move, but you have to get a really good doubted wide receiver. It sucks because Christian Watson almost fits the bill, and you have him already. Devontae Smith fits the bill. Ridley fits the bill. I really love the idea of acquiring Achane right now. Swift is hard to trade, but I think if you get 2 players, it's worth it. Love, I like Love a lot right now. Would I upgrade him into Hurts or Mahomes or Josh Allen? Yes, I would. Would I give up a starting Roshan? Yes, I would. Would I give up a Debo? Yes, I would. Would I give up a St. Brown? No, I would not. Would I give up a Swift to make that QB upgrade? No, I would not. Mostert? No, I would not. So it has to be along those lines. But definitely interested in getting Achane and a receiver on my squad if I have that team. Thank you for your $10 hauler. Crying Brian says, trade with me, sent Collins and Walker for Debo, KJ Osborne. Sent Collins and Walker for Debo. Why would you do that? Don't trade Kenneth Walker that cheap. You're trading Kenneth Walker at cellar dweller pricing. Absolutely not, Crying Brian. Don't even think about trading Kenneth Walker that low. Daniel with the super chat, $5 hauler. Need one running back, Ford, Moss, or Foreman. Probably Moss is your safest play, but at any moment that workload's going to shift over, it has to. They just paid JT through the roof. But Ford's like your steady Eddie play. Already starting ETN, need a flex, Addison, Lockett, Downs. I would go Addison. Already starting Hill and Ridley, all same team. Yeah, Addison and Ford or Addison and Moss are your safest plays. Let me put it that way. But Ford is still very decent. And I know he's sharing work. I know Moss is sharing work. I'd probably roll with Moss because he's proven right now, bro. I guess Moss. If the chat disagrees, please drop a comment. Moss and Ford are not attractive plays, but this is buy Mageddon. There's 6 teams on a buy. $20 hauler from G Money. What am I doing today? Burpees? Should I try burpees? 10 burpees? Should I try it? Good God. Here we go. Let's try burpees. I don't know how out of breath I'm going to be. That's the only problem. I'm going to be like panting.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I gotta see the replay. I got the YouTube delay up here. I knocked something over. Look, I got the YouTube delay. I look like a frog. Just coming up. Oh. See, that's the problem. I'm not going to be able to breathe. Oh, that's good, though. Talk about losing weight. That's probably going to get me in the most shape out of everything we're doing. What am I doing? What are you doing? Joe Ortiz, what are you doing? He says, Smitty, what are you doing? What are you doing, Joe? Are you doing burpees with me? I don't think so. I think I'm going to do that all show. God, I'm going to be out of breath, though. Hey, Smitty, this team is 501 in first place. Congratulations.
To the moon.
First place G Money is what we call them. How can I prepare for a championship run? QB Mahomes, Ridley, AJ Brown, Watson, Dell, running back Kenneth Walker, Pollard, Hall, Roshan, Kelsey. Any trade upgrades? God, I'm out of breath. Even 5 is solid. 10's hard because I'm, especially in the studio, but I'm knocking stuff over. I'm kicking my chair. Okay. I'm going to lose the most weight doing the burpees, though. If I do that all show, it's going to be boss. Because you're doing a push-up, you're doing like a jump, you're doing a plank. This team's great, man. I mean, I would tell you, G Money, to make a move if I thought you should make a move. I don't see Achane anywhere. Achane's the only player I want on this team. But at the expense of Pollard? No. At the expense of Hall? No. At the expense of K. Walker? No. Maybe. Maybe Kenneth Walker for Achane and one of them wide receivers we keep talking about, Devontae Smith. Lamb off the table. Lamb was available. Ridley and Achane. Like something like that. Past that, G Money, I don't want you trading a single one of your starters. I love them across the board. So, in general, stand down.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
You know, in general, stand down on that team. Damn, G Money. Put me to work. I'm dreading seeing some of the $20 haulers come in now. Oh, boy. I see one. Give me 1 second, Steve. Steve Opener. I'm going to get to my burpees in a second. This one's Ian. Ian says, Smitty, want to just give you props. I started 0-3 and gave you my roster, and you told me I'd bounce back. Now I'm 3-3. Sadly, traded Walker for Devonta Smith because I had wide receiver injuries and buys. Do you think he bounces back? I do think he bounces back, but Ian, you got to be careful not to just make a trade because you need a position. You got to make a trade because it's smart. So I don't know that I would have. You need, like, Devontae Smith's a great acquisition, but you just heard me tell G Money to go get Devontae Smith and Achane, a top 5 running back upon his return with Devontae Smith for Kenneth Walker. So, Ian, it's not that it can't work out for you, but you literally left an Achane on the table, a league-winning Achane, in addition to Devontae Smith, because Devontae Smith is playing so badly right now, and I do think he bounces back, but his fair market value is so far below Walker, who's had his bye week out of the way. And when you say you're depleted at wide receiver, think about it, my guy. You are now depleted another week because Walker's had his bye week. You sat on that, and you gave the advantage to the other guy. I'm only being stern here just to emphasize the point, but you could have got a whole bunch more, and it still could work out. But and I do think he bounces back, but fair market value says you should have got more. And that was a $20 hauler as well. Oh, God. I just noticed that. Thank you for the $20 hauler, my guy. Steve, you'll be okay, but you definitely should have got more.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Nine. 10. Damn you, Ian. Steve Opener. I'm going to have to do this burpees in a minute. I have Love, T-Law, Chase, Ridley, Watson, Gibbs, Pollard, Ford, Achane, Hall, Roshan. What moves can I make? Thought about giving Aaron Jones, then flipping him for after week 7. Who should I trade? I don't know if I can do a show doing burpees, though. I'm so out of breath. I mean, how do I do this? How do I do a show? How do I do a show doing burpees? Love, T-Law, Chase, Ridley. Your wide receivers are unbelievably good. Your running backs are great, and they will be even better once you get Achane back. Let's see here. Smitty is only 10, bro. Smitty is only 10, bro. What, Joel? What is only 10? It's only 10 burpees? No, it's not only 10 burpees. It's 10 burpees and talking and doing a live show. Then doing another 10 burpees, Joel, and talking and doing a live show. Then doing another 10 burpees. Let's see here. Do 25 for the first super chat. We're already well past that, Grizzly, but thank you. I have Love. This is a good team. I'm waiting on this team. I'm waiting. Unless you could trade Roshan and let's say a Love to upgrade slightly into a Tua, which I would do in a second. Something like that. Past that, I like Chase, I like Watson, I love Pollard, I love Achane, I love Hall. None of these guys I want to get rid of. Laporta, you're standing down too, unless you're acquiring somehow, some way, a quarterback upgrade using Gibbs starting this week, using Roshan starting this week, or maybe even Laporta. And I know Laporta's fantastic and all, but you trade Laporta in Love or Laporta in Law or Laporta in both quarterbacks. You throw in another player on a lower level to get Hurts or Mahomes or Josh Allen. It's a league-winning move. Even if at the expense of your tight end downgrade, so to speak. It's a great move. And I think I owe him 20. Steve Opener. Let me put this right here so I remember. Give me a second, Steve. Give me a second to catch my breath. Diggs, Kelsey, Walker for McCaffrey. Diggs, Kelsey, Walker. Whoa, bro. Whoa. Diggs, Kelsey, Walker for McCaffrey, Thomas Addison. I'm not giving up Walker, Diggs, and Kelsey for CMC. He's banged up too, but I think he'll be okay, but that's way too much. Absolutely not. Smitty, my Ridley, Gibbs for Achane, Gabe Davis. I would rather have Achane. Well, that's tough, bro. I guess I'd rather have Achane, Gabe Davis if you can weather the storm. Mostert, Eckler, Brees, you can definitely weather it at RB. And Kelsey, AJB. Yeah, I'd probably take it, my guy. That's a tough one. If the chat disagrees on that one, let me know. $10 hauler from Colin.
To the moon.
Colin says, last place, 12-man, 3 wide receiver. My team was Fields, Olave, Ridley, London, JT, Swift, Kelsey, Gibbs. It's a good team. That sucks, bro. Traded Swift, Goff, and London for Kupp and Pierce. Somebody approved that trade. That's a great trade. And your team is really good. It shouldn't be last place, bro. Like, you got everybody here can admit, like, go forward, assuming Fields can play. I don't know who your backup quarterback is. You definitely need somebody. But assuming you have, like, a Love or a T-Law or anybody, or Brock Purdy, like, Olave, Ridley, Kupp. Let me see. Yeah. Olave, Ridley, Kupp, JT, Swift, Kelsey. You're going to be okay, my guy. That's a great team, Colin. And I'd be glad to take that into an underdog situation. $5 hauler. Who should I start at flex? Ridley, Gibbs, or London? Probably Ridley, but it's a tough matchup. I think we address that tomorrow night based on T-Law. Is Gibbs safer if he's a starter? Full go, probably. And so we got to kind of wait on the news tomorrow too. Running backs are JT, Pacheco. Wide receivers are Hill, St. Brown. Need a win. Let's address it tomorrow. Maybe we have more Gibbs news as well. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something we I think tackle as more news comes in. Traded Ford for Higgins. I think that's fine. I think Higgins is worth that. I like Higgins enough that I'm making that trade. Kareem, appreciate you. Love the speed round. Best fantasy football show on YouTube. Thank you. We invented the speed round, baby, and a lot of people copy it. I just wanted to do it a different style today. Fields and T-Law and trade Achane for Love. I still have Kenneth Walker, Brees, and Gibbs at running back. Did I screw up? Had to pay premium. Superflex my QBs for Fields and T-Law. I traded Achane for Love. I wouldn't have done that. Look, Love's nice, but it's tough. I mean, The reason I wouldn't have done it is because Fields is coming back and T-Law is going to probably play. So it's like you now got an extra QB. Now, can you flip one of those? If you can't, then you definitely overpay because the market's not there. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have traded Achane. I get why you did it. I understand it. Josh, $5 hauler, 3-3. I trade JJ for Tua and Garrett Wilson. I would take that trade. But you have Love. It's kind of tough. I would take that trade because I believe, well, I would try and get something more. I really would, because Garrett Wilson's good, but he's still got enough questions that you can finagle more out of that guy, I think. But it's on the right track. 6-0. Here we go, Smitty. Monday Night Football. Up by 8, won by 7. Had Keenan Allen versus CD and Eckler. Can I get to the moon? Moonshot to you. Thank you, Julio, for dropping the super chat. Thank you very much, my guy. Julio, T-Law, or Love. I go Love. Start to Watson, Amon-Ra, or Olave. I'm going to go probably Amon-Ra and... God, how do you sit Olave or Watson or Amon-Ra? If I had to pick right now, I'm predicting a big game out of Watson. Amon-Ra and Watson. But how do you sit Olave? It's so hard. Only because of Carr am I willing to maybe take the chance to sit him. All these Rams running backs getting signed. You worried about Kyron? A little bit, but at the same time, they said he'll be out a week, maybe longer. But they're just, they lost both their RBs. You know what I mean? That's why you do that. If you lost your starter and your backup, you're going to go. It doesn't matter if they're out just 1 week each. Ronnie Rivers is out for maybe the season. And I told you guys that last night. When they said it was a grade 3 tear, he'd be out 5 to 7 weeks. I told you no. If it's a grade 3 tear, he's out for the season. They'll announce it later. They'll slowly come out with it. You're going to say Smitty is right. If that's a grade 3, Ronnie Rivers is out for the year. So when you lose Kyron for a week to maybe 2, Ronnie Rivers for the entire season, probably at least 2 months, but probably the season if it is a grade 3, then you need 2 or 3 running backs immediately. So it's not unusual. 6-0, 12-man PPR, Fields, Purdy, Swift, Brian Robinson, Diggs. You're okay with Purdy. Don't overreact about Purdy's game the other day. Swift, Diggs, Keenan Allen, Kelsey, Waddle. Very good team. Activate. Get active or stand down. Your team's very good. I would say, do I think you have the best team in the league? No. Would I trade Diggs for 2 players? Maybe. Would I trade Diggs for St. Brown and Achane? Something big like that? Yeah. Would I force anything? No. Would I be patient? Probably. Would I take Ridley and Aaron Jones? Yeah. Would I take Olave and Aaron Jones? Yeah. Would I take Devontae Smith and Aaron Jones? Would I take Eckler for Diggs and get something else? Because Diggs is more valuable than Eckler coming off a bad game and being that he's older. I think you can. Like a Debo and Eckler, a Christian Watson and Eckler for Diggs. Hey, Smitty, what moves to make Allen, running backs, ETN, Hall, Kyron, JT, great running backs, wide receivers are through the roof. Could I get Achane, but who else? Could get Achane. I would get Achane. Who could you get Achane for? I love getting Achane here, bro. I'm keeping your team, though. I mean, I love this team. Would I trade? I didn't know that I'd make any trades. Do I want Achane? Yeah, but what am I giving up? Kyron for Achane and a Waddle? Because Kyron's going to come back in a week and he's playing lights out. You know what? This team might not be a team that needs a single thing. And that goes for Achane, because what are you going to give up to get him? I don't want you giving up anything. This team's fire.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
It's straight fire, bro. You're messing with fire. Send T-Law and Zach Moss for Herbert in a heartbeat. I would do that. Hassan, $10 hauler gets a super chat. Hassan to the moon. Appreciate Hassan. Non-PPR, Stroud, T-Law, JJ, Olave, Garrett Wilson, Kirk, Godwin, K9, James Cook, Aaron Jones, Spears, Gibbs. See if Tua owner bites. JJ for Tua, Pacheco, Gabe Davis. I would take that. I think. Although I like the Garrett Wilson thing, bro. I think this is the same one, right? Or maybe not. Maybe this is different. Or JJ for London, Waddle, Collins. That's not enough. Pacheco, Tua, and Gabe Davis is pretty good. If you were to try and trade away JJ, I don't mind that at all. Pollard, JJ for Tyreek Hill and Evans. Pollard, JJ for Tyreek Hill. Yes. Yes, I would take Tyreek Hill and Evans. Think about it this way. Tyreek Hill and JJ, you're crushing JJ. He's out for at least 5 or 6 more weeks minimum, if not the season. And so Hill, best player in the deal by far. Maybe number 2 or 3 overall player in fantasy. Maybe 1 to 3. Maybe some say he's 1. And Mike Evans versus Pollard, that's worth it. That's worth doing that move. Initially, I was like, but you got to do that move. Trade Pickens, Watson, Warren for Kupp. If you like winning, go get Cooper Kupp right now. He's looking healthy and good to go. $5 hauler, 1 and 5, 12-team PPR fields. DJ, I believe that's Daniel Jones. Eckler, James Cook, Pierce, Sharps, Bigsby, Olave, CD, Thielen, Cooper, Lockett. Got offered Burrow and Monty for Osborne and Thielen. I would take Burrow in your situation. I like Thielen, guys. I admit I should have told you all to start him last week. That's on me. But am I selling him high and you're in need of a quarterback? Absolutely. That's a great move. There's no bad move there when you're getting Joe Burrow and you've got no quarterback. Tony to the moon with a $10 hauler. Appreciate you, Tony. I'm hopeful for my running back wide receivers. Am I delusional? I like my team. Any moves? 5-1. Tua, Bijan, Javonte, Gibbs, McLaughlin, Olave, Flowers, Christian Watson, London. Not delusional. Do I think you're the number 1 team in your league? I think it depends on Bijan and Gibbs. If Gibbs starts for the next 3 weeks and Bijan starts getting fed properly, this team could be the best team in your league. But you do need Christian Watson, London. There's a lot going on. I like it. Do I think there's a lot of trade value anyway, like to sell high? No. So you're kind of in a wait and see mode. You're in stand down mode because there's not a lot of sell high opportunity, but that does not mean that it's not a good team.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Stand down. Good squad. This a lot needs to happen, and it could. Those are all good players. I think they could have their upsides change. Hey, Smitty, 10-man half PPR. Allen, Love. Okay, Josh Allen's great. Gibbs, Barkley, Hall, solid. Roshan, okay. A-Chance, fantastic. Olave, Watson, Rice. I like it. 2 and 4 moves to make. Probably not much other than like if you can sell Barkley and go get. You got Hall, A-Chan, Roshan, Gibbs. You might luck out until A-Chan comes back between Gibbs and Hall. I'm sorry, Gibbs, Roshan, and Hall. You really might, because between Gibbs and Roshan, that might be 3 weeks of a starter, of at least one, and to mix with Hall. And I'm not saying I necessarily trade Barkley for just a wide receiver, but I don't know. I kind of feel like you could go get an Aaron Jones and a Waddle, or an Aaron Jones and a Debo. Barkley straight up for Eckler. Barkley and something else small. Like even Goddard, and you bank on Kmet. Goddard and Barkley for Eckler. Try it. I would do that move. I would. I don't care. I don't care what Eckler didn't do last night. He's one of the best buy lows this week. Love Bijan, Achane, Mixon, Hill, Cooper Kupp, Smith. Love the wide receivers and tight end combination. I love Achane. Love Bijan. Jordan Love to the moon. Mixon and Love for Mahomes. Mixon and Love for Hurts. Mixon and Love for Josh Allen, or I'm standing down. And this Steve Opener $20 hauler. Finally, I'm going to do my burpees that I owe you right now.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
8. I think it's 8. 9. 10. Burpees are so hard while you're doing a live show. Kelsey side B. Vetoes suck, bro. Vetoes suck. $10 hauler from Bryson. 10-man, 3 and 2 Burrow, Eckler, Pollard, Hall, love it. Love it, Ridley, love it. Addison, love it. Kmet, JJ Achan on IR. Will you do any moves? I feel like you've asked me this one too, and I don't mind. You can ask me every day. I'm just trying to remember if I've seen it. And I think I told you yesterday, that this team's so good that you don't have to move JJ or Achane. And you can still win it. You could still win it even if both of them didn't come back. This team is fire. But I think I may have said this, and I still feel like it's true. I trade JJ and Burrow for Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Hurts and another player. So basically, JJ for Mahomes I would do straight up. But the fact that you have Burrow, you got to turn Burrow into a wide receiver. So if you could give them Burrow back, and let's say you upgrade Addison into Devontae Smith, Addison into a player like St. Brown, Addison into Lamb, Addison into Olave. You have Olave and Ridley, but like that type of player, if that Burrow or if that Mahomes, Hurts, or Josh Allen owner has that type of wide receiver, the 2-for-2 would be something I'd be tempted with. Past that, past that, the team is too good to mess with. It's absolutely phenomenal. To the moon.
To the moon.
Like Bryson, that's a great squad. That boy, $10 hauler, 1-5, now 10 team, 2 QB, 3 wide receivers. Stroud, Ritter, can't be happy with the quarterbacks, I'm sure. Barkley, Rashad White, Lamb, Olave, Flowers, Laporta, London, Gibbs, Tajay, JJ, AR5. Sorry about AR5. Feeling hopeless at this point. Yeah, I'd divide and conquer. Lamb just got you a lot of value. Lamb for the Achane wide receiver. Achane wide receiver for Lamb. Barkley for Achane and wide receiver. Barkley for Aaron Jones and wide receiver, or wide receiver upgrade if they like Jones enough. Barkley for Eckler, throw in a player. JJ for Achane wide receiver or Achane running back. JJ for Swift wide receiver. JJ for Aaron Jones wide receiver. JJ for Eckler, and give them back something small. All doable scenarios, and if you pull that off, I bet you aren't hopeless. I bet you start feeling really rejuvenated with that team. One big move like that, and you're looking at your squad going, damn, I'm not depressed when I look at it anymore. Cousins, Love, Goff, or Howell. Probably Love this week, bro. Probably Love. I think Love getting his arsenal back together. The boys are back. I think he does well with the bye week out of the way. Smitty got JJ and Brees for Bijan and Waddle trade I sent last night. Down to JJ for Bijan. I'd take Bijan over JJ. I would. I could turn him into Chase, I think. I would do that too, but I would still take Bijan if that's the only thing you could do.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Yeah. Speed round. Actually, you know what? We can put the old speed round thing back up. Let me see. Let's answer some phone calls for a bit. Dial into the phone line. Dial into the phone line, people. Into the who is it that's a sponsor? Whoa. I'm sorry about that.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Call into the Alex Soberon phone line, the highest super chatter of October for $139. If you beat Alex Soberon, it will be your phone line. Hey, Enrique, thanks for calling the Alex Soberon phone line. You've got 30 seconds.
What's up, Smitty? Quick question. I got offered a trade, so I would be giving up Olave and Pacheco, and I would be getting Pollard and Evans in return.
Olave and Pacheco for Pollard and Evans.
Yeah.
Olave, Pacheco. Yeah, I'm going to write it down even though I know my answer. Olave, Pacheco for Pollard and Evans.
Yes.
I mean, it's arguable for sure, but I'm going to go with the Evans and Pollard side. I mean, Pollard showed last night what he's capable of even when they need to throw the ball. And I think really what it comes down to is that hold on, I got to fix all my cameras. I think what it comes down to is that this team, they know what they got to do to win. They know they got to get the ball in the hands of Pollard. They know they got to throw to him. They got to run him. Game script shouldn't matter. Pollard's he's going to get you 100 total yards either way. That's the blueprint, the recipe for a win.
Yeah.
And given that Evans started off so strong at the beginning of the year, I'm very much on board that other side there. But I do love Olave.
Do you trust Baker?
Do I start who? Baker?
No, like, do you trust him? Like, because I was looking at schedules, and, Evans has kind of a tough schedule down the stretch,
Yeah, I mean, do I trust him enough right now? Yeah. Do I trust Carr? He's injured. I mean, same question could be thrown back at you, bro.
No, yeah. I mean, I kind of. All right.
All right, Enrique.
Because I'm 2-4. I'm 2-4, so like I'm just trying to sneak into the playoffs at this point. Everyone in the league is either like 2-4, 3-3. We have a couple, 4-2.
That's why nobody should give up. I don't care. I don't care if you're 0-6. Don't give up. The last seeding in playoffs is probably 2, maybe 3 wins. I doubt there's anybody in here right now, maybe 1 or 2 people that have a playoff. The final playoff seed in their division is like 4 wins. It's probably 3 or below. So even if you're 0-6, if you were to lose even 1 game, you could still potentially make the playoffs. I've seen it. I've seen people go 0-7 before and make the playoffs and win the championship. I don't know that I've ever seen an 0-8, but I've seen an 0-7 before. It happens.
Sounds a little excessive.
It happens, bro. It happens. All right, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. All right. Later.
Thank you.
D Money with a super chat here. D Money says trade away Walker for Rashad White and Amari Cooper. Not enough for me. I want Kenneth Walker. He's got his bye week out of the way. No way, pal. No way. Appreciate you. Rock out. He's a Mars man. He gets to go first. 30 seconds. Rock out. Go.
Yeah. Who would you get? Johnny U. Smith, Njoku, or Myers? But I already have Atlanta players.
Mayer, the Raider. I'd probably go Mayer right now. He's such a good player. I think he's
needed for a bye week.
Yeah, I think he's really, really good. I'd probably go Mayer, but you said it was Mayer, it was Njoku, and who was the other one?
The Atlanta tight end.
Oh, Jonnu Smith. I don't trust Jonnu Smith right now. I think that could flop at any moment. What did Njoku have last week?
Not much, really.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I didn't miss something. 4 targets, 3 catches, 24 yards. No touchdowns this year. I'm going to go with the hot hand Mayer. Put him in, do it live.
Appreciate it.
All right, rock out. Call in if you have another one. Dakota Dave, you got 30, pal.
Yeah, I traded Walker for Ridley and Roshan. Feeling a little stupid about it. What do you think?
I love Ridley, but I don't like that. I mean, why did you do that?
I thought Walker was getting lucky with his touchdowns.
Yeah, but the fair market value, though, so I'm a proponent of selling players high, and you will hear me say shopping Walker is not an unwise idea. Very tough schedule. He has been skating by a little bit on the touchdowns, but that's part of it. You can't take those away, and they continue to feed him. But even if I'm worried about certain things, the fair market value is the fair market value, my man. Just like in my example of buying or selling a house, just because if I told you 1,000% this house over here on 27th place, just down the street, let's say, is going to be worth $700,000 in 1 year from today, and it's listed at $500K. Doesn't mean you go buy it for $600K because you know it's going to be worth $7. You got to pay the fair market value, or you end up leaving so much on the table. And trading Walker away for Ridley and Roschon doesn't mean it won't work out. I want to make that abundantly clear. Roschon may get the start this week, may not. We might get screwed on this, but if he does start and balls out, the Ridley-Roschon side could crush the Walker side. If everything went perfectly for that side, it's just, but it's more about what did you leave on the table. It's like paying for a $20 on number 5, and you go out to the gas tank and you pump it up halfway and you drive off. Like, that's what I feel like you did here. But it doesn't mean it won't work out.
I was relying on the trade calculator though, so it looked like it was could be a good trade.
Yeah, but you gotta factor in. You could put like $101 guys on one side of a trade calculator, and then trade for an $80 CMC. You know what I mean? The best way to look at a trade in a trade calculator, especially, and mine does a pretty good job of factoring in just the dollar value. So for example, you can't really trick it in terms of the price that you're going to pay at an auction. So essentially, Ridley and Roschon, if Roschon's deemed the starter right now, and keep in mind, you gotta be careful not to overpay for what we think's going to happen with Roschon. So in a set of rankings or trade calculators and such, you're going to have a little bit of predictive stuff going on, because I don't want to rank Roschon at $1, or $2 when I believe he's about to pop off. So it's a happy medium of saying Roschon's not worth $2, but we can't put him worth $20 in an auction dollar, environment. Like if we're drafting today, how many auction dollars does it cost to get Roschon? We can't say $2 because we know it's going to go up right now, but we can't say 20, which it could be worth. He could be worth $20 in auction dollars after week 7. He really could be that good, but it's like a happy medium. So you just got to throw in other pieces into the trade. Like for example, who else is going to be in your lineup? Who can you pick up? Throw that on the Walker side when you're doing a trade analysis on the trade calculator that I have, so you can at least say, okay, my lineup is going to have this side, my lineup's going to have this side, etc. But it's not the end of the world, bro. It's like, look, Ridley I still love. Okay, so even if he does bad this week, bad matchup, T-Law's banged up, keep the faith on Ridley. Don't sell him for a ham sandwich tomorrow.
Right. Okay. Thanks, man.
All right. Appreciate you, bro. Young, you're live. 30 seconds.
Hey, how's it going, Smitty? Just had a question. This week and kind of, rest of the season, who would you rather start, McLaughlin or Kareem Hunt?
Probably McLaughlin, but Hunt looked pretty good. I did like what I saw out of Hunt, but at the same time, Ford's still in there. McLaughlin sharing carries too. It's pretty similar. The fact that Hunt got 12 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown, and he still got 3 receptions is pretty nice, bro. Chad, are you liking Hunt or McLaughlin? McLaughlin kind of got. You know what? I'm gonna say Hunt. Hunt, but bro, I'm hesitant.
Hey.
I'm hesitant because I still think McLaughlin is crafty. He's speedy. They like him a lot. It's tough. It's a tough call. It's a close call.
Would you drop McLaughlin for Hunt this week?
That's where you really put the question to test right there, because then you start saying no, and you're like, well, then why am I like? I guess I would say Hunt feels more on the rise than McLaughlin. McLaughlin had a kind of bad game. Javante's getting more work, but that could bounce back up. Like Ford kind of bounced back up. Ford was going down, and I would say give me Hunt. It just feels like he's going up a little bit.
Right, and then hey, one more though. I don't know if I had a chance or if you went over it, but how you feel about Barkley getting all the work he got on what was it, Sunday night?
I think Barkley's he looked good, but he didn't look good until like the end of the game, really. So I'm a little bit worried about that game script just being dog water, bro, just constantly.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool,
I don't know.
And then,
I'm selling Barkley. I'm selling Barkley for freaking Eckler any chance I get. I'm selling Barkley for Achane and Devontae Smith, or Achane and Ridley, or Achane and Olave all day long, all freaking day long.
Yeah. Well, you know, I already got Achane on the IR,
most of you do.
You know.
All right, bro.
Follow the show.
Later, pal.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Smitty.
All right, Crying Brian, 30 seconds.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, I put a super chat in earlier. I think you missed the most important part of the trade.
All right, hit me with it.
I sent Ken Walker and Nico Collins, and I got Debo, KJ Osborne, and Justin Jefferson for it.
Oh. Debo. Okay, so Walker and who? Collins?
Walker and Nico Collins.
For Debo, Osborne, and JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do. The crazy part is, like, it still makes me hesitate, though, even throwing JJ in, because you don't know what JJ is. But the fact that I still trade JJ. Like, I don't like acquiring JJ unless. What's your record? Are you 5 and? You know, what are you?
I'm 3-3 right now. It's a 2 flex league with 2 receivers, so I'm trying to pile up on receivers, full PPR. But I have some depth. I have Bijan and Algier, and then I have Kyron, and then I had Walker and Charbonnet. So I sent Walker, but then I also have Javonte, which is, you know, I can count on him for, you know, 8 to 10 points every week. He's not going to blow up, but he's not going to lay a dud.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, bro, he's got that bye week out of the way. Debo's banged up. Osborne, who the hell knows? JJ may not return. Like, this may feel like a good trade in some level, but Walker's that bye week free guy that I do trade high if the opportunity presents itself, a la Eckler, a la, you know, Swift and Devontae Smith, or Breece Hall and, you know, Waddle or something like that. Like, I definitely sell Walker off the tough schedule upcoming and, you know, all that stuff at the right price tag. But like the caller before, I think it was Trooper Dave, he traded Walker away for Ridley and Roschon, which could work out for him, but that was not fair market value. And so I guess I would just say here, if you turn JJ into those combos I keep talking about, I like it, but I don't know how much. I just don't know what's in store for JJ. The Vikings did win last week. That puts a little bit of hope in the concept of them not packing it in and saying, let's not hurt JJ and let's make sure he's healthy for next year. Let's pack it in. Let's go after Caleb. They won, and if they continue to win, they're going to want JJ in the lineup. So it's going to come down to how the Vikings play going forward. If they keep winning, that's good news for you. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to shake out for you, because right now you're not getting anything out of this trade. You're literally going to get maybe 0 points out of it, because who knows if Debo's even going to play. You get 0. Like Osborne, okay, he's okay. I don't like Osborne's very bland. He's a meh player. He's very. I think he's one of the worst basketball players I've ever seen too, which has nothing to do with anything. But he's it just bothers me how unathletic he is playing basketball. I don't know. He did a live stream with JJ. I think it was JJ, and they were shooting hoops. Guys, the worst basketball player I've ever seen. And for some reason, it bothered me. I'm biasly against Osborne because of how bad of a basketball player he is. No, I'm just kidding.
I was looking at him like he's an upgrade for me over Jahan Dotson. So
yeah,
I mean that's
he's okay.
Kind of upgrade there.
He's okay. He's definitely going to get volume. And I'm just joking about using basketball against him. Kind of. It still bothers me. But he had 48 yards. He had 4 catches for 48 yards. But I don't think he hasn't had a touchdown in 3 straight weeks. And he seems like a 6-point, 7-point guy. He's okay. 4 for 48. That's like 8.5 points. I mean, it's not horrible, but I don't think that this trade. Like, I think you might have another player on your bench that's going to rival Osborne every week. So this trade gets you nothing right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, bro.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, later. Look to trade JJ, bro. Just look to do it. Hank from Illinois, 30.
I've seen that you were talking about the Aaron Rodgers talk, man, and he's in my waiver wire. Should I get him and put him on?
No. Well, if you've got no one else in your IR, you're gonna get laughed at by your league, bro. But I mean, I don't know. If you've got no one else in your IR, do it just out of respect for A-Rod. And just to get a rise out of your league. But if you could hold someone more appealing in your IR spot, do it. But, it's a good move. Let me tell you this. Would I do it in a super flex if my IR spot is empty? Yeah. Just in case. If your IR spot's empty, if you got to dump Aaron Rodgers for another player, but in a super flex, why not just do it just in case? It's not the worst move in the world. I like the idea in Superflex. Hank.
Yeah, I was just wondering, and I also have H-N in my IR too. So.
Yeah, but if you only keep one, you got to keep H-N there. But I know a lot of people are going to be really upset about that comment. I can tell you right now, at least one keyboard warrior is about to type right now, or at least in the comments when the video is over. This guy really told you to waste a IR spot on Aaron Rodgers. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. If no one's in your IR spot and you're in a super flex, he's trying to come back.
Yeah.
Hank, appreciate your comment and thanks for calling in, pal.
Anytime.
All right, Charles, you got 30. Go, bro.
Hey, Smitty, how are you doing? Hey, I was just wondering what your thoughts of Craig Reynolds, from the running back from Detroit.
Because
McRib and Gibbs are, not really doing anything.
Well, I mean, Gibbs isn't doing anything because he hasn't been on the field, but now that he's, if they start him, I think Gibbs could go to the moon this week, but I would not shock me in the slightest if they screwed him and Reynolds get some carries. Is he good for like 7 points? Probably. So I don't hate him.
Okay.
I don't hate him, bro.
All right. Thanks, Mitty.
All right, good question.
You're awesome.
All right, you're awesome. Later. Thanks, Charles. Travis, final one. I got to get to the super chats. Travis, you got 30, pal. Appreciate you.
Hey, so I have T-Law and Love right now. Would you be starting Love over T-Law this week?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And then if you were in that situation, would you pick up Howell and hold him as well?
Yes.
If I have room.
Yeah.
And the last thing was what was it? Oh, Kincaid. Would you? I mean, I want to keep holding on to Kincaid. Would you drop him for like, I don't know, Evans or someone, or would you probably just keep holding him?
Evans who? Oh, running back.
Yeah.
It depends. If you feel like the
tight end Mayer.
Yeah, I'd probably rather have Mayer right now, but like that doesn't mean that I don't believe that it could eventually be his time. But right now, I don't mind it. It sucks that it hasn't happened yet, but I didn't think anything would be solid for Kincaid until like week 4 or 5. And we're going into week 7. So I get we're a little behind schedule, and I don't mind people like cutting bait for now, but just make sure you keep an eye on him. First sign.
Right. And same with Donta Foreman. Would you cut Kincaid or Foreman first?
Probably Foreman. Let's see here. Hold on.
I mean, Roschon is probably going to take that job.
We think, but yeah. Sure. I mean, Foreman had 65 yards, did okay, but
I mean,
yeah,
he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would drop. You know what? If you've got Roschon, I'd probably keep the combo for now.
Yeah, no, I don't have him in this.
Okay.
I just have Foreman.
Yeah, I'd probably drop Foreman and Kincaid, and you pick up Evans and Mayer for right now.
If I can. Okay.
Or Howell.
All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, later, man. All right, guys, let me hit these super chats real quick. We got this one from Justin. Punch that thumb up if you're in here. People appreciate you all. We got 420 of you in here and only 145 thumbs up, so hit it. Do it live. Appreciate every single one of you to the moon. This one right here, moonshot for Justin, dropping a super chat. Justin, appreciate you. PPR 8-man, 4-2, 1 QB, 2 flex. Tua, Eckler, Aaron Jones, Monty, Hall, Achane, Brian Robinson, wide receivers. I like the team a lot. Olave, Cooper. The only thing I'm looking to do is use maybe one of these extra RBs, like probably Monty. Even though he's hurt, you could still trade him and maybe get that doubted Devontae Smith, that doubted Olave, that doubted Waddle. Lamb's off the table. Ridley's available. You already have Olave. Ridley would be solid. And I think the person that is struggling at RB might look at that and say, I could do that. I'm not saying Monty's not worth holding or starting, but in your situation with all those RBs, you're going to be struggling to start guys anyway. I would rather you have just one extra elite wide receiver. And I think that's probably what I would do. Try and get maybe a little more. I don't know. It depends. Monty's hard to trade hurt, but that's what you got to do. If you got to trade him hurt, you're going to have to sell him at a little bit of a discount. Smitty got JJ and Brees for Bijan and Waddle. Oh, I already read that one. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you for dropping that super chat. This one here is a $5 hauler from Chase. 10 team PPR 3-3. Burrow, T-Law. Running backs are Hall, K9, Ford, Sharbs, Chase, JJ, Amon-Ra, Ridley. Fantastic wide receivers. Komet, Kincaid. Trades, wait on JJ. I'm not waiting on JJ. In almost no scenarios am I waiting on JJ if I can get the right players back. That like I keep saying, Achane and wide receiver combo. Now, you don't necessarily need a wide receiver, so I'm going after Eckler. So I'm saying, give me Eckler for my JJ. And if I've got to throw in London, I'll throw in London. If I've got to throw in Pickens, I'll throw in Pickens. If I've got to throw in Ford and London, I do that to give them an RB back. If I got to throw in T-Law because maybe they're struggling at quarterback, I would do that. Do I give up any of the other RBs? No, I'm not trading Hall or K9, but I'm doing my damnedest to try and get that deal done. And Eckler had such a bad game, according to his owners that have him. They're petrified about it, that I think is doable. Bijan, Amari Cooper versus Achane, Hall, and Nico. Give me Achane and Hall. You know what? Bijan and Amari, but probably only for the now. Like, I'm not saying that side can't outplay Achane and Hall and Nico, but if you can afford to wait on Achane, I like the Achane side more, like long term, but I don't know. That's tough, bro. You're losing a lot of points waiting on Achane, and I like Hall a lot, though. Hall, Bijan. Nico's almost good enough. I'm taking the Achane side. You know what? Nico's close enough. Like, I know he's not Amari, but he's close enough in my mind that I'm taking the Brees Hall Achane side. Do it live. I would do it. G-Money, I'm going to do his last since it's a $20 hauler, and I got to do burpees, and I want to finish answering these questions. Thank you, G-Money. You're to the moon. I'll send you to the moon now while I wait to answer your question. Actually, I'll answer it now, and then I'll do the burpees after. Hey, Smitty, this team is 2-4, 12-team, half PPR, 10th place. Love Fields. Loves your starter. Kenneth Walker, Swift, Pollard, Javonte, Sharbs, Gabe Davis, Watson, Pickens, Thielen. You're going to be ripped. Thank you, G-Money. Appreciate you. This is tough. 2-4. I like your running backs a ton. Your wide receivers are definitely thin. Thielen's playing out of his mind. And I just feel like not using that high upside, and even if you sell him high and he continues, you're buying a player I still believe in a Ridley, in a Olave, in a Devontae Smith, in a Lamb, who's probably not available anymore, in a Waddle and something. or Waddle straight up. I really think that's not crazy. I think Thielen's playing that good that it's not crazy to take that side or to say no, but if you could just keep Watson and turn Thielen into one of those dotted wide receiver ones that people no longer believe is a wide receiver one like Devontae Smith or Ridley or Olave, that's it. This is all this team needs. I love everything else about it. You're probably starting Love for the time being. And I don't think there's any other moves to really make because you'd have to get rid of players I like. And I don't really know that I want to move anything on the team. I like the team a lot. Let me keep your super chat up so I can do those burpees, though. Ian Atwell with another super. Appreciate the advice on trading K9 for Smith out of a positional panic. Could have for sure got more. Running backs are still Breeze, Kamara, Swift. Those are great running backs, though. Ian, you got a great arsenal there. I think you could still easily win the trade at the end of the day. It's just a matter of, you should have crushed him even more on the trade. This is a bad trade, right? CD and Hall for Roschon, Ridley, and Stevenson. CD and Hall are better by quite a bit. But doesn't mean that other side can't turn it around, though. But fair market value-wise, yeah. I have the CD side, need running back. Hall is only one. I have Gibbs, Hurt, Mitchell. I have the CD side, need running back. Hall is the only one. Have Gibbs, Hurt, Mitchell. Okay. I mean, Gibbs should start, bro. I don't know that I'm dismantling anything. Let's wait and see on Gibbs. Make sure Mason's not available so you at least have the total backup package in San Francisco in case that goes a certain way. But Gibbs, let's hope Gibbs starts, bro. I don't really know what else to advise you on. I don't have much more information, but I would say Hall and Gibbs. Hopefully Gibbs just explodes this week. I have T-Law, Stroud, Bijan, Gibbs, Javonte, Spears, St. Brown, Waddle, Wilson, London, JSN, and Muth. Any moves? Not a lot to be able to move here, my man. You're starting, Stroud once he's back off the bye. You're hopeful T-Law can start on Thursday, although he's banged up and it's a tough matchup against the Saints and it's a Thursday game, but not much you can really do there. But trust in T-Law if he's a go. Bijan, we hope he gets on his horse. Gibbs, we hope he gets on his horse. Javonte, we hope he gets moving as well. Spears is a win-a-league, stash sleeping giant. St. Brown and Waddle are really solid. Garrett Wilson, there's nothing to sell high here. You're unfortunately, and fortunately, because I like the players, but you're unfortunately in stand-down mode, my guy.
Alert. Stand-down order in effect.
You just don't have a lot of options available to maneuver out of that, so you're in hold mode. T-Law used the number one waiver tonight and swap for Love rest of season. I don't know that I cut Love. I'd drop my kicker and try and make a trade or another maneuver, but definitely want Love over T-Law right now, especially with the bye week out of the way, 100%. ETN and Smith, Ayuk, London, or Wilson for Eckler. ETN and Smith, Ayuk, London, or Wilson. Honestly, I'm not trading ETN and Devontae Smith. I'm not trading ETN and Ayuk. And I don't know, I'm borderline like ETN as much as Eckler. So I don't think that's the way to get Eckler overcome. I don't think I'm doing that. And G-Money, here's your $20 super chat burpee hauler. You monster, you.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
And I'm doing them legit, too. I'm doing them legit, too. I'm doing, perfect form push-up, jump up. I'm jumping up high, too. I'm jumping, that high off the ground. You can see me like a frog. You can see me like a frog. And then when I do the push-up, I'm straight as a board. I go straight down. I pop up. Man. Justin with the $2 hauler. Justin, appreciate you. Jeez. Speed round. Speed round. Where's my speed round button? I know I got it here somewhere.
It is time for the speed question and answer segment.
Appreciate everybody. Speed round Q&A. Let's roll. Alexander, would you send Jacobs and Ridley for Walker and Ayuk? Yes. Or would you send Jacobs and DJ Moore for Walker and Ayuk? I'd send DJ Moore before I send Ridley. Okay. Speed round. Let's go. Running backs to get for KJ Osborne. Roshan Gibbs, do it live. Geno Dobbs, Howell. Madison, Stroud for Hurts. Hurts by a mile. Dell, Demont. Thielen for Puka last week. I'd rather have Thielen by a lot. I like what Puka or Thielen's doing, guys, but come on. Aaron Jones, Osborne for Achane. You probably want Aaron Jones for safety. But I like Achane a little better if you're willing to take a little bit of a risk. Monty and McLaurin for Devontae Smith. Give me Devontae Smith. Addison, Godwin, give me Addison. Ford or Downs, give me Downs. Love T-Law, Purdy this week. Give me Love. But Purdy's nice. But I'm going to go Love. Should I play Jacobs or Roshan? Probably Jacobs right now, but we got to wait and see on that one. Chase owner offered him Eckler. Bad move. I'll have to check that super chat in a second. Debo for Mike Evans. Give me Mike Evans. AJB and Debo for Kelsey and Garrett Wilson or Pacheco. I would take Kelsey and Pacheco or Garrett Wilson, either one. Flowers or Pickens. Give me Pickens. Frank, that's too long. Purdy. 2 and 4, that's too long, King. Who can I package with Saquon to get Bijan? Straight up. I think straight up's doable. I don't know who else you have, though. $2 super chat drop Dallas. Defense for Mayer. No, I'm not dropping Dallas, but I do like Mayer. Debo, Mike Evans. Give me Mike Evans. Flowers or Pickens. Give me Pickens. Some of these are too long, guys. Who do I package with Saquon? I don't know. Some of you are repeating yourselves. Dell over Demont. Only if he doesn't go to IR. I'd rather have Monty. I just feel like you can trade Monty. Christian Watson or Zay. Give me Christian Watson. Got Bijan, Javonte, Achane. Sell Achane or hold. I hold him. Devonta Smith or Gibbs. I go Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith and Gibbs or CD. I go CD. Although, depends on if you need a running back. Look, if the news is great for Gibbs this week, we could flip in a snap. Just so you know about that. That Gibbs news is going to be crucial. They're not committing to him. They're like, we'll see. He's going to share work with Reynolds. Reynolds is going to start. You know, then it's like Watson or Addison, Christian Watson. Pierce for Hunt and Hollywood Brown. I guess Pierce by a little bit. DK for Eckler. Of course I'd take Eckler. I don't think you'll get that. Chase for Eckler. I'd rather have... Depends. If I need a running back, I'd rather have Eckler. If I need a wide receiver, I'd rather have Chase. They're pretty even. Keep in mind, Eckler's had the bye out of the way. He played Dallas last week. Come on. Give Swift to get Higgins and Achane. Give me Higgins and Achane. Burrow and Nico for Amon-Ra. I'd rather have Amon-Ra, but details matter. Start 2, Gabe Davis, Pickens, Rashad White. Give me Pickens and Gabe Davis in a vacuum, week in and week out. Gibbs is on my waiver. Should I drop Charbonnet and pick him up? No. I think you drop somebody else, Ninja. You drop your kicker and figure it out later. Jaleel Osborne and Rasheed for Henry. I'd take Derrick Henry in a heartbeat, even if I doubt him. Smitty, love your show. Way more effort than all other channels, my man. Of course we do it live. No one does it like us. Nobody. Nobody goes live like us, as much as us, and has any sort of effort. They're just lazy. D-Hop and Ford for Spears and Ridley. Spears and Ridley. Is AR droppable now? He probably will be, but you almost got to wait just a little bit. Downs or Pickens? Pickens. Pickens, baby. Who can I get for B-Rob? Try Waddle. Try Devontae Smith. Try Swift. Try adding more to get Bijan. Try adding more to get Aaron Jones. Workout and waivers with Smitty. That's right, Mr. TD. Appreciate you. Henry for Austin Eckler. I'd take Austin Eckler in a heartbeat. Trade Bijan and Nico for Walker and Hollywood Brown. The Walker and Hollywood side's winning right now, but I want that to flip. I'll be rooting against that side. But that is the better side right now. Bijan or Eckler. Eckler rest of the season, bye week out of the way. Aaron Jones for Devontae Smith. Take Aaron Jones, the bye weeks out of the way. Trade Swift and Gibbs for Achane and McLaurin. Give me Achane and McLaurin. Flowers, Christian Watson, or Thielen. You're probably starting Thielen in a normal situation. Oh, this is a trade. I mean, he's on bye this week. Flowers, Christian Watson, or Thielen. I'm keeping Christian Watson over Thielen. I understand where people are at on this, but to get Achane in a heartbeat. Okay. I'd give up Christian Watson if I had to get it done, though. But I want to keep Christian Watson. Dino T. Law. I'd probably start T. Law if he's playing, but that's close. Play Gibbs or Roshan in the flex. Probably, if both were starting, I'd go Gibbs. If there's this whole... And I fear it's going to be Reynolds is going to get the start and we're going to work Gibbs in. Like, then it's like unbelievable. I fear that. I have Fields, trade Fields, Kyron for Devontae Smith-Evans. We give Tua? Sure. Go get the other two players. Walker could get you something very nice. Absolutely. That's why people shouldn't sell Walker low at all. Trade JJ for Bijan and Waddle. I take Bijan and Waddle in a millisecond. That's a great trade. That's the way you do a JJ trade. What are some defenses to play this week? I'll hit some of that probably later tomorrow. Geno or Sam Howell. I go Sam Howell. Eckler, DK Mitchell, or Amon-Ra, Mostert, Roshan. Probably the Eckler DK side. No. Give me the Amon-Ra Mostert side, but look, that could flip at any moment. Once Achane's back, if Mostert gets hurt. Walker, DK for Kupp and Barkley. I'd rather have Kupp and Barkley, but I would then flip Barkley. Deontay or JSN this week, probably neither. Bryce, neither. Should I start Waddle, Pickens, Higgins, or DJ Moore? Waddle and DJ Moore are hard to sit. So I'm going to say probably Waddle, then DJ Moore in that order because of Fields. Henry for Eckler. I'd take Henry. I'm sorry, Eckler. I'd trade Henry for Eckler in a heartbeat. I've already answered that one, I think, a couple times. Maybe that's a different person asking, but Gibbs for Achane. I'd rather have Achane. Thoughts on the Eagles signing Julio? Probably meaningless, yeah. But, maybe he helps the wide receiver room and hurts. You know what I mean? Like, look at it like they're bringing a coach on or something. It's not going to do anything. Mayer or Jonu? Give me Mayer. have a feeling about JSN this week. I kind of do too, but I have all year. So I lean JSN, I suppose, bro. Drop KJ for Rice, Downs, and Samuel. I'd probably take Rice and then Samuel and then Downs in that order. I think Rice is going to start coming along a little bit more and more. Minute and 17 seconds left to speed round. Have Brian Robinson, Gibbs, Achane trades. Have Bijan Robinson. Bijan, Brian Robinson, Gibbs, Achane trades. I don't know, King. Brian Robinson for Devontae Smith would be amazing. Brian Robinson for in something else for Aaron Jones. Those Ridley, Brian Robinson. I've seen people get Ridley for Brian Robinson right now. It's crazy. Mayer or McBride. Give me Mayer. Walker DK for JT Lamb. Give me Walker DK. Only can start one DJ Moore or Waddle. Give me Waddle. Can only start. There you go. Big dog. Appreciate you. That's Draven with the double post. Trade away Pickens for Devontae Smith. I take Devontae Smith. Should I trade Jalen Warren for Sam Howell? I have T-Law. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Trade K9 Pickens Charbonnet for Eckler, Higgins, Brees. K9 Pickens Charbs for Eckler, Higgins, Brees, Hall side by quite a bit, Slayer. That's a great one. Only can start one DJ Moore Waddle. I heard you, Draven, and the answer still is Waddle. Appreciate you, Draven. McLaurin or Ertz in my half PPR flex. I'm going to go McLaughlin. Should I trade Jalen Warren for Sam Howell? That's still a yes. Javonte is waivers. Do I pick him up? It depends on who you're dropping, but sure. Bijan Nico for Swift and Hollywood Brown. I'm going to have to read that one in a second. That super chat's going to fly by. I'll go back to it 1 second. Waddle, bro, says Alex. Thank you for speed round. All right, let's hit these super chats real briefly. This one right here. Chase owner offered him for Eckler. Bad move. Offered him. I love both of them. You need a wide receiver, I go Chase. If you need a running back, I go Eckler. Those are pretty even. Jester with a $2 hauler. Appreciate you, Jester, dropping that 2 wad. No message attached, but I think maybe you did tell me the question. I think I remember seeing it. Michael, trade Bijan and Nico for Walker and Hollywood Brown. I'm leaning toward the Walker Hollywood side, but I'll be rooting for the Bijan side, and I hope that I'm right at the end of the day on Bijan, but who the hell knows what they're going to do. Trade K9 Pickens Charbonnet for Eckler, Higgins, Brees. Already answered that one because it was fantastically on the Eckler side, my broski. Nice job. Go get Brees. Go get Brees Hall. He's 8 foot tall. And Michael, $5 hauler. Bijan Nico for Swift and Hollywood Brown. Bijan Nico for Swift, Hollywood Brown. Or Bijan Nico for Walker and Brown. Bijan Nico for Swift and Hollywood. Walker, Hollywood. I'd rather give up Swift. I'd rather have the Bijan Nico over Swift and... Okay, so you're trading away Bijan. I'd rather have the Walker Brown side, but again, I'm rooting for the Bijan side at the end of the day. It's just a matter of like Bijan's not getting the work yet. If he does, that side's going to win. If he doesn't, if they continue to screw Bijan, he won't. Big Dog, Smitty to the moon. Thank you, Draven. Draven to the moon himself. Draven lives on the moon.
To the moon.
Thank you, Draven, for your super chat and your support, broski. Draven season. Draven shares are going up right now. Draven stock is at an all-time high. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. Julio Jones is a thing. Not really. Let's hit the burpee, Smitty. I'm out of $20 haulers, so there's no more burpees to be had right now. Camara and St. Brown side says Superfish. Tyler with a super chat. Olave or Devontae Smith. I'm going to go with Olave, but I love buying low on Devontae Smith while everybody's freaking out thinking he's going to just vanish. Trade Ridley and Madison for ETN. I'd take ETN. Absolutely take ETN. He's on fire right now. Absolutely on fire. Love me some ETN. Funny, it was Julio and Ridley with Matt Ryan slinging the ball, yeah. mean, Julio, like JJ. JJ got in the end zone before he got hurt, though, a little more this year than he ever has, which is fantastic. But JJ was a lot like Julio in that, God, can you imagine if Julio scored touchdowns? He would never score like 15, 20 touchdowns. There's always like single-digit touchdowns or borderline top 10 or borderline 10 touchdowns. He just couldn't get the football in the end zone, and it wasn't really his fault. And JJ's been the same way. It's like, and then finally JJ's been scoring touchdowns, but it's weird. Julio Jones' only job is to take the top off. I don't know what that means, Manny. Pause. I would say that Julio's job is to motivate, maybe get this offense, try and coach or something, the wide receivers, or get Devontae Smith's head right. Thank you, Teach. Appreciate you. Can we send you like a bobblehead or something? I'm good for right now, Draven, but I appreciate you. I did accept things for a while, but I closed the P.O. box and I don't know. Olave, thank you, though. I appreciate the offer. Olave and Kamara for Eckler and Ayuk. Olave and Kamara for Eckler and Ayuk. I'd take Eckler and Ayuk with that bye week out of the way, my broski. Mark with a $20 holler. Let's hit them burpees, Smitty. Woo! Doggy.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see the replay. I want to see the replay up here. I want to see what I look like a frog man. What do I look like, a frog man? I look like a I look like a frog. Oh, that's hilarious. I need to jump higher. I need to do that. That's hilarious. Thank you, Mark, for sending me on a burpee lap. Bandy, yo, Smitty, 12-team leagues, $10 holler, by the way.
To the moon.
$10 holler goes to the moon. 12-team half PPR. 2 weeks ago, I traded away Chase, Ridley, Javonte for Lamb. You call. Chase, Ridley, Javonte. That could go either way. How did I do? Team is now Hurts, Monty, Hall, Roshan, Lamb, Hall. I like it. It's pretty even. It really does depend on Hall now, As far as like your team, I'm trying to trade Monty away. Try and get Achane for Monty. Try and get something else in addition, but I like everything else that's going on here. And I'm kind of in stand down mode unless you can trade Monty and get an Aaron Jones or an Achane or an Eckler. Maybe I give up a little bit more to get that done. Monty and something for Eckler. Eckler had a bad game. People are going to freak out. Should I trade Rachaad White for Higgins? I would probably do that, I suppose. I don't believe in Rachaad White's season. It's not that I don't like him. I love him. Jacobson, Ridley for Walker and Ayuk. I would take Walker and Ayuk with that bye week out of the way for Kenny. Mahomes and Evans for JJ and Burrow. I'd take Mahomes and Evans. Very good trade, Bryson. That's a good maneuver. Goddard for Flowers. I have Laporta or Goddard for Ridley. Goddard for Ridley. That's like asking, should I trade Goddard for, a nice sub sandwich, foot long, good meal. Nothing wrong with the sub, right? Or should I trade Goddard for a steak dinner? I don't care if you have Kirk. I like that trade. Draven. Prime tastes so bad. Here's to you, Draven. Thanks for your super chat. Rock out. 2-4. Time to panic. QBs Burrow, Love, Purdy. Running backs are K9, Bijan, Javante, Roshan, wide receiver St. Brown, Olave, Ayuk. It's a good team, though. I don't think it's time to panic. I think you're starting Love, obviously, this week. I mean, he's safer. Purdy, maybe he's Purdy safer. Love's got a little higher risk, but high reward. K9, bye week free. Bijan, let's hope he gets unveiled. Roshan, hope he gets to start. Could be a good flex play for you. St. Brown, Olave, and Ayuk. You have a really good team, Rock Out. I don't know that I'd even freak out on this team. I'd trust the process on it. You got a really good squad. Unless you're getting Eckler using K9 and you get another wide receiver bump somewhere, like a 2-for-2, I explore that. Should I use first priority and add Sam Howell? Context, 12-team PPR. Had Fields and AR5. I'm suspicious that other teams might snag him due to injuries. Yeah, I mean, look, the waiver claim, it depends who's out there. But the waiver claim is soon is going to be pretty worthless. There's going to be nobody out there. I'm out of here. Appreciate every single one of you. All my $20 haulers and super chatters out there. You guys are magnificent. Thank you, Flex, for that super chat. Thank you to these $20 drops that you guys have been dropping all night. What are the... Let me see if I can find them. Mark, appreciate the $20 hauler. G Money, Atwell, Steve Opener, G Money. You guys absolutely rock. If I'm missing somebody that dropped a $20 hauler, thank you, Atwell. Appreciate you. Please let me know so I can shout you out. Steve Opener, you're the man. All these $10 haulers, you guys are unbelievable. Thank you for keeping me in shape. Thank you for being my fitness coach. I hope I've inspired even one of you to start working out just by me making myself work out every time I get a 20 wad. I feel like I'm getting in good shape. What's up, Rock Out?
Yeah, how you feel about Washington's defense versus the Giants?
Who?
Washington's defense versus the Giants.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
All right.
I could get behind that. Another good D this week. I mean, the Jags are always a fun play.
Yeah, Jags and Seattle are also available.
Yeah. Detroit's always decent.
Yeah, I'm filling in for a bye.
The Packers could be intriguing. And I mean, obviously the Niners won't be there. Yeah, that's it, bro.
What will be your top two out of those?
What did the Jaguars score last week? They're always really solid. Jaguars scored 13. They've had a 21-point game. They've had a 13. They did have a -4, though. And the Commanders.
Yeah, they play the Giants.
Yeah, but what have they been scoring? They're steady, but I would go Jaguars. Well, yeah,
right
go Commanders.
Commanders has 8 points.
Yeah, go Commanders, I guess. Go Commanders.
All
right, later, bro. Appreciate you, Rock Out. Draven wants to know, do I do fan mail? Yeah, they're called Super Chats, Draven.
You've just been Smitty.
I mean, honestly, Draven, I don't mean to say this I appreciate you, Draven to the moon. I love Draven.
To the moon.
But, like, I barely have time to work out. That's why I'm working out on the show. Like, I don't have time to sleep, let alone open letters. You know what I mean? I just, like, I appreciate it. It's really awesome of you to want to send me fan mail, but I don't know. I barely have time to do anything. So I try and dial it down to as little of things that I have to do as possible. But I appreciate you, Draven. I get to see Draven sending me a poster, a hand-painted mural or something. Draven to the moon. Draven stock is going up. Get your Draven stock. This is this audio message on a tape recorder from Draven. Smitty, I really appreciate you taking the time to play my recorded message. Draven to the moon. Draven season's in full effect.
To the moon.
Love my boy Draven. Draven, you're becoming a fan favorite here very quickly. Can I send you fan mail? We send fan mail to you, Draven. It's not the other way around. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for your super chats. You guys are glorious. You're magnificent. You are the reason this show exists, and without you, I would not be here. Let's go. Let's play this one for Aaron Rodgers' comeback tour.
You're right. Garrett Wilson and the boys. You're right. Rodgers has new toys. You're right.
It's so painful to play it, though. I had to stop it. It's so painful because of Garrett Wilson. But hopefully Aaron Rodgers is able to do something crazy and magnificent. I truly hope it's something that comes true. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you.
Smitty, you're not hearing me. I don't know a lot about fantasy football. I know everything about fantasy football. Woo!
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday, and live whenever big news breaks. Maybe we'll do a Dynasty show tonight or something. I'm not sure. Deuces, appreciate you. Hit that thumb up button on the way out the door. Hit that thumb up button. Let's roll. Ask me a question in the comments. Deuces later.
It's time for some revenge, Revenge tour, revenge tour. Revenge tour.
If you stop sending me these terrible fantasy football trade offers now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will tell the commissioner.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.
Get breached.